Hey guys, it's Brandon here again. Today I want to share a video with you that I actually worked a long time on. It was probably about 3 or 4 months start to finish. In this story we're going to talk about Andrew Connor, and I met Andrew back when I was in high school when I was working at a sandwich place. And the opportunity came along for one of my class projects to shoot a documentary. And so I came up with the idea to do it on Andrew and kind of his journey. I didn't do this alone, I had a lot of help. So I'm going to put the names down below of those people who helped me. But I hope you enjoy, and I hope you really take something away from this. So here it is.
I would definitely say music is therapy. I would definitely say it's addictive too. But you know, everything can be too much. But I mean, I solidly listen to music as much as possible since I was a kid. Every car ride, any downtime I have, so I'm always listening, and I just feel like it's therapy because it's such a good distraction. Keeps you away from, you know, from bad thoughts or sometimes being critical on yourself. You can just blast a song, and then, you know, that 3 minutes doesn't really matter, but you're just like using all of that emotion from the song to like help you.
Yeah, he was always very musical. So when we were in the car, the music would play, he'd be in this little car seat going like this. And he was a really big kid, so we had to put him in a toddler car seat even when he was small. Young, because he wouldn't fit in one of these little tiny car seats, and he'd always be there.
Yeah, he couldn't even hold his head up, but he'd be going like this to the radio.
And so, yeah, when he was like
funny.
Really small, I don't know, small infant, he couldn't crawl, but he'd scoot over to the little radio we'd have on the floor, and whenever someone was talking, he'd reach over and he'd turn the dial until there was some music, and as soon as there was some music, he'd start going on the floor.
First instrument, I think I was 10, I was 9 or 10, and I got this. I really wanted a drum set so bad. My parents didn't want something that loud though in the house, so they got me just a cheap little Behringer guitar with a combo amp. It was like $100. But I just taught myself how to play on that. I beat the crap out of it too. But it was a fun time. The first time I sang on stage was different. It wasn't with Wired for Havoc. I was in junior high, but that was the moment I realized I don't even have stage fright at all when I get up there. It was crazy. I signed up for the talent show.
Remember, what was he in 7th grade? The talent show?
No, it was 9th.
9th grade, whatever it was. So it was 9th grade, but yeah, he got up. First time I saw him on stage, and all the girls started screaming when he started to sing, and he went, whoa.
I just got up there by myself and I played it, and I was so scared, but as soon as I started singing, it just went away.
Your eyes are cold, just like your words. I know it hurts, I know it hurts. Is there something wrong with me?
He feels things really deeply, and he always has. And so he's just And that's what makes him an artist, you know? If you just don't care about things or everything's just like cool all the time, it's really hard to make people emote and, you know, feel it. And he really feels things and he can express that. But the flip side is, you know, that he feels them and, you know, it gets up and down. And so that's Andrew.
The thing that's the hardest really is if you've never experienced depression, it's just really hard to grasp what someone else is going through. And even though you can try to be really supportive, or you think that you're being, if you're not actually experiencing that.
I've lived with him for a bit now, and so like it was hard to watch him struggle through all that. It's hard to watch someone like suffer through something like that, and there's not really much that, you know, there's not really too much you can do from an outside. Like you can be there for someone emotionally and try to, you know, be a support to them, but you know, you can feel like to an extent it, you know, might not be enough. That's like something that you wonder about, but it's like another reason that me and him have probably a really strong friendship in general is just because we've helped each other through that really tough stuff, and that's just brought us closer over the years.
Woke up to the haze again. No one else can see it. Feel self-hate forever again.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about Haze, because I like that song, like what it means. I guess like what place you were like writing it from.
Yeah. Back in like 2016, I was doing really bad with like depression and anxiety, and there were like times where I just like wouldn't leave my room for days, and kind of just like I'd kind of know if the day was gonna be bad like right when I woke up. And so that first line, I woke up to the haze again, it's kind of just like you wake up and you literally just can't move. You really aren't strong enough to move your body. It's weird. So it's just kind of based on that and just the motivation of actually getting up. And I feel like people understand it to an extent, but no one can understand my personal, you know, demons, or like, you know, I'm not gonna be able to understand someone else completely. So it's kind of like, I mean, at the same time, it's also sometimes really hard to sit and understand, like, hey, other people have it hard too. Other people are going through the same thing you're going through. So it's just kind of like, you know, no one's gonna see it on the surface at first because they don't know. Like when it was at its worst, like 2 years ago, I had to do things. It's weird because it's kind of like putting on like blinders, you know, because you can only see so far ahead, and we get to the point where I can only think of minutes ahead. Over the years, my friend group I kind of like what it's become. I've got some really close people who haven't left, you know, my circle for years now. So it's pretty nice to have them. And then my parents are always number one, I'd say. They're always there no matter what. I want to be able to take on any of this stuff without them.
I mean, I knew that it was beyond what I could deal with, really, so that he had to go see doctors. And so we've always just tried to get him in to see people that could help him and just be there whenever we can. But it's been really difficult.
Yeah. But he wants to help other people too. He tries to help people through his music and, you know, be strong. It's great.
Right. Particularly since he knows, you know, what other people are going through. So he really wants to help others.
What inspires me is I want to be an artist that someone, when, you know, if they have like a long drive, some emotional drive, they have to get from point A to point B. I want to be that guy where there's like, I need to hear this song, the first thing they do after any sort of conflict, any problems, they just put it on and drive and like just relate and just let it suck them in. Because that's what music does for me, and I find myself doing that all the time. And just like it helps me so much. Like if someone else is doing that with my music, that's just awesome. It's humbling, and I'm glad I can help someone some way without meeting them or really talking to them or knowing anything about them.
All right, again, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the documentary, and please check out Andrew's recording studio called Dry Heat Recordings. I'll put the link in the description as well. Please help him, achieve his dream of being a music producer. And I hope to see you on the next one.